Today I'm going to be talking about some stuff that drives me absolutely feral when it comes to art. Oh, I'm not actually that mad. It took me a while to come up with these things because mostly I like the art process and I like making art and I like looking at art and I like making comics. But there definitely are some things that make me lose my gosh dang head. Here we go. Number one. One thing I hate when making art is that every single art program that I use, because I'm mostly a digital artist, every single program I use is very slightly different in its interface. And it drives me absolutely buck wild. Because okay, so each program that I use, so I mostly use Photoshop, Clip Studio Paint, Procreate, Illustrator. I mostly use Illustrator during my day job, and InDesign. And they all have slightly different uses. Okay, InDesign and Illustrator are a bit more separate from, say, like Clip Studio or Photoshop or Procreate. But, they all have slightly different uses. I use them for different reasons, for different things. But they're also kind of similar things. So, some of my comics I make in Photoshop. Some of them I make in Clip Studio Paint. Some of them, actually mostly I've switched over to Procreate for a lot of it. But it is so frustrating trying to find the tool that I want in these slightly different interfaces. For example, the shortcuts are all different. Some of them are the same. For example, if you hit B and you're in Clip Studio or Photoshop, it'll be fine. That'll get you the paintbrush button. That's fine. But if you want to zoom in Photoshop, it is Z. And in Clip Studio, it's like backslash or something. I can never remember what it is. So it drives me crazy because sometimes I'll just be working real hard in Photoshop and for like a couple weeks, and then I'll switch to Clip Studio to work on, say, a different project. And I cannot find anything because it's all just slightly off. Which menu do I look at to find the transform tools? They're different. Where is the crop button? It drives me absolutely feral. Also, I know there's ways around this. I mostly use not keyboard shortcuts, but like tablet shortcuts. Like on my tablet, there's like buttons that I can just click. So I usually set those to whatever I want them to be. And it usually turns out fine. But whenever I have to go in and look at a menu, I'm like, where the frick is anything? Another one that's like the same but slightly different is between Illustrator and InDesign. The heckin' eyedrop tool, they work so differently. In InDesign, and admittedly this because InDesign is all set up with like frames and stuff you can put into frames, which makes sense because it's like layout stuff. But oh my god, when I eyedrop a freaking piece of like if I have a text box selected and I want to eyedrop a color to make the text that color, I don't want to color the background of the frame. I want to color the text. Gosh dang. Okay. Heck, I also wish that because I primarily work in Illustrator more than InDesign, sometimes you just go in and you think everything will behave the same because they behave the same everywhere else, but not for InDesign. Oh no. Okay. Also, was anyone else really upset by Photoshop changing its scaling feature? It used to be, say you're scaling an image down or something, or scaling an image up. If you wanted to hold the size ratio, like if you wanted it to just get bigger but hold the same ratio, not transform it in any way aside from making it bigger, you would hold shift and it would keep the ratio the way you wanted it. But recently, in a recent update, they've changed it so that if you hold shift, it does free transform, which means that it does not hold your ratio. It just goes all over the place. And for years, it was the other way. And now whenever I try to use it, oh my god, I always forget because every other program does not do this. Only Photoshop has decided to change what shift does. Also, when I was trying to figure out Procreate, I had no idea where the blending modes were. Like, how was I supposed to know that the little letter on the layer is where you can change your layer blending modes to like multiply and overlay and stuff? Whomst would have guessed this? But yeah, so art programs, man, I hate them. I love them because I get, you know what? They're good. I make lots of pretty art with them, but oh my god, I hate them. And I know you guys, you're gonna tell me about all these like workarounds or how to actually use these tools, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not gonna read them. You know what? I could have read the how-tos or the giant heckin' FAQs on all of these things, but I don't got time for that. Woo. Okay, number 2, the other thing that drives me crazy, aside from art programs, is my dang tablet will never connect to my computer. I'm sure this wouldn't be a problem if I had like a desktop computer and I just kept my tablet plugged in at all times. But no, I have a laptop, which I use to go around the house and do other things. And you know what? Sometimes I want to draw on the couch and sometimes I want to draw at a desk. So I shift around all the dang place. But every single time when I try to plug my tablet in, it will not connect. Oh my god, it takes for frickin' ever, and it drives me insane because I have to like unplug everything and plug it all back in and try turning the tablet on, and sometimes I have to restart my computer, check if the drivers are all up to date. I hate it. It makes setting up to draw so frustrating. It is also the worst when we're trying to stream and my tablet won't connect, and I'm like, this is why I'm always late. Number 3, I mostly run into this problem at my day job because I do illustration work there and layouts for like websites and stuff. And one thing that drives me crazy was I really hate it whenever I have, say, like a rough draft of something. So like I'm just trying to get, say, like the layout of this web page, right? And I've got like little stick figure scribbles where I'm going to put illustrations, and they usually just show like, it's like a thumbnail sketch. It's like, here's kind of my idea for what I'm going to put here, but this is just like a rough draft. It obviously looks like total crap. This is not the final thing. And I'll show it to them to be like, hey, maybe look at the colors or the typography or the placement of everything. Like, I'm just looking at like one specific element. I'm like, don't mind the placeholder stuff. They're just placeholders. Tell me what you think. And inevitably, I always get feedback from someone who's like, it's not going to look like this at the end, right? And I'm like, what? And they're like, you're like, the picture's going to be better, right? And I'm like, yes. Yeah, I told you it's a placeholder. Just focus on the thing I'm asking about. So yeah, I always have to be very specific when asking for feedback. But that drives me crazy where they're like, you're gonna color it, right? And I'm like, yes, this is a sketch. So I did notice, do you know that meme thing that was going around Twitter for a while where it was like, picture an apple in your head and then it showed different things that people could imagine? So like, some people could only see like a cartoon version of an apple. Some people saw like a photograph of an apple. Some people could only see like an outline and stuff like that. And some people couldn't even imagine like a picture of an apple in their head. And that was something I didn't know about. It's cool. It's interesting. So admittedly, maybe sometimes when I show something to a client or someone I work with and I ask them like, imagine this but better, maybe they can't. Maybe I should be more accepting of it. Woo? Maybe? I don't know. Either way. It would be nice if they'd listen and I'm like, it's a placeholder, don't worry about it. Okay, pet peeve number 4. I hate it when I will be asked to create something. Sometimes it's at my job. Sometimes it is comic stuff or a commission or something. And they will ask me, hey, can you do this? So I hate it when they will come up to me and they'll be like, here is project. How long will this take? And I'm like, a week. So I'll look at it and I'll be like, I know this will probably take me a week. And yeah, this is how long it'll take. And I know because I've done projects like this before. And they'll be like, oh, I need it tomorrow. And I'll be like, no. I told you a week. And they're like, but I need it. And I'm like, but it's not happening. Oh my God. It drives me crazy. It drives me feral. Another form of this is I love you guys dearly. I love that you love our comics, but it drives me absolutely wild when someone comes on and they're like, when's the next comic update happening? Like, okay, I know it's been a year since I updated Magpie, but please, comics take so long. I'm so sorry that it's taking so long, but please stop asking me when the next update is. I'm working on it. But yeah, I just wish that people could understand that art takes a long time to make. And trust me when I tell you an estimate. Okay, and finally, number 5, my last pet peeve. I'm a good artist. At least I think I am. I'm okay. I'm pretty good. I know what I'm doing generally. I can generally think up a thing and draw it out on a piece of paper and think it's good. I'll be like, that matches what I was imagining. But some days, my hands don't work. Okay, they don't physically stop working, but sometimes I can't draw anything good. It looks like what I would draw when I was like 5. It's just bad. It's just nothing will come out right. My hand just won't put the lines where I need the lines. What is that? I know literally every artist has this where it's just a day where your art doesn't work. And I hate it. It drives me crazy because, like, there's nothing I can do about it. I don't know why my art isn't looking like what I want it to look like. It just won't happen. And then sometimes you lose a day of productivity because your brain and your hand aren't connecting or something. But yeah, that is a big pet peeve. I don't like it. I don't like that one bit. It makes me feral. So there you go. Those are my art pet peeves. Like I said, if you have tips on how to use various art programs, I'm probably not going to listen. I'm sorry. I'm set in my ways. I'm stubborn. But yeah, what are your art pet peeves? What are things that drive you buck wild? When Bones suggested making this video, because he was like, we haven't done like an art pet peeves, and I was like, oh no, I don't wanna say pet peeves. It's like so negative. But this was kind of fun. This was fun to just complain. So yeah, thanks for listening to me whine and complain about stuff for 10 minutes or however long this will be. But yeah, and thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. Maybe one day Bones will make another video once he's feeling better. He's still recovering from his surgery. So for now, you just get the lovely Earth's Gray. Ooh woo. Okay, bye.